time, baby. It's time for TNA on Insiders Pro Wrestling. TNA, TNA, TNA. 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 Are we ready? Are you ready? Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Thank you all so much for joining me this evening. I greatly appreciate you. Yeah, we should be in for a great show this evening. Really looking forward to it. Hopefully you all can hear me right now. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up in the chat. Let me know. Speaking of thumbs up anyway, please drop a like on the video. How about that? Drop a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. All of this won't matter, though, if you can't hear me. So, all right. So you guys can hear me. Jason Peace giving me some thumbs up. KJ in the house giving me some thumbs up. So, yeah, you guys can hear me. So that's good. So, yeah, we're going to have a good evening this evening. Should be a lot of fun. We don't have a lot of matches, but the matches we do have mean a lot. So I'm going to stop yapping. I'm going to play the preview, and then we'll talk about the match card on the other side. So here you go. So that was the match card, the preview for everything this evening, and we've got two knockouts, four-way matches, and if you can see the graphic there, the winners of the two knockouts, four-way matches will face off in 2 weeks on TNA Impact. The winner will receive a Knockouts World Title shot at TNA Final Resolution. So yeah, that should be these two matches should be really, really good. The first one I have listed here, you've got Dani Luna and Indi Hartwell, which that might be interesting given their history. It looks like we have the return of Rosemary, and we also have Myla Grace in that one. In the second one, we have Zaya Brookside, Victoria Crawford, Killer Kelly, and Jody Threat. So those two should be really good matches. What's up, Brandon? How are you? I will give everyone a shout out here in a second. Also, we have Matt Cardona going up against Mance Warner. We've got Myron Reed going up against John Skyler. That is going to be a fun match. And we will hear from Mike Santana. After last week's wild episode, we will hear what Mike Santana has to say. So, yes, this is going to be a fun evening. Seems like it's going to be a consequential evening as well. So, should be in for a good evening. So, Derek is in the house. Hassan, Dylan McClure, James Chadwick, KJ Carter. Let's see who else we've got in the house. Brandon Davey, Jason Peace, Katie West, Brandon Salmon. And if I miss you, I'm sorry. Thank you for everyone that is joining us from YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We greatly appreciate you being with us this evening. Again, if you don't mind, please drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, first off, welcome. We are very glad that you're here. We do this every week, and sometimes I'm joined by people and sometimes I'm not, but that's okay. We try to keep it rolling. This week coming up, you'll see here, we're going to let you know about Tuesday and Thursday because next week is Thanksgiving. I don't anticipate Impact doing anything next Thursday. So, and plus that's Thanksgiving. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that we won't be on next Thursday, and we'll let you know about Tuesday. Chris, we might record. So yeah, we'll let you know about Tuesday. Just stay tuned to the socials. We'll let you know. But Sunday, we will have Between the Ropes. So come join us at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll wrap up this week and maybe project ahead a little bit and look at Survivor Series and a couple other things that are coming up. So yeah, come join us on Sunday for that. So Derek, of course, getting the first giggity of the evening. There you go. Sometimes you have to take advantage of those times, Derek. Even if they do something, Jeff, it's Thanksgiving, gonna be with your family, we'll be okay. I appreciate that, Derek. I do. I'm just gonna say we're not gonna be here next Thursday. It's Thanksgiving. So yeah, that's it. So let me know of these matches that you see here on screen. What matches or match sticks out to you the most? Which one are you looking forward to? And a separate question from that, second part of that question is, which match do you think could be match of the night? Let me know that one as well. Know we also have on some NFL football this evening, so I'm sure people will keep us posted and chat on that. Derek's ham will be 3 or 4 plates in by the time it's 8 p.m., probably in a food coma. I'm going to smoke a turkey, so I fully anticipate being in a food coma as well. I'm sure that turkey will knock me out. So, Brandon saying knockouts 4-way. Which one? Which one is the one that you're looking forward to the most, Brandon? Derek, I'll be honest with you. I really don't know. Other than turkey, I've definitely got to make my mom's cornbread dressing. That's a staple. Probably some sweet potato pie. Mac and cheese, green bean casserole, maybe some mashed potatoes. Who knows? I just know I'm going to eat a lot of it. And I'll start my Um, I'll start my attempts to get in shape after that. So Brandon saying Zaya, Victoria Killer, Kelly, and Jody. Okay. Yeah, Zaya Brookside match. Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. A lot of fun in that one. Derek saying cornbread dressing is a must and mac and cheese. Yeah, the cornbread dressing, man, that's something. It's funny because my mom never gave me the recipe for it. She never had opportunity to kind of write it down for me and say, here's the recipe for the cornbread dressing. I just watched her from the time I could remember until the last time that she made it. And, I always kind of, just remember as I'm making it, how she would make it. And it might sound a little weird to some of you, but it feels like I connect with her in a way when I'm making it. It's almost like she's giving me the directions as I'm doing it. So I'm just kind of flowing with it, but it comes out pretty good. So not quite like hers, but still good. So and my grandmother was the same way. I just watched her for years, saying like making biscuits from scratch and all that stuff. I just watched her for years making all that stuff. So yeah, it's in there somewhere, or when I go to make it, they're right there with me. So I like to think it's the latter. I like to think they're with me when I'm making some of those recipes and doing my greens and that kind of thing. So yeah. Brandon, did you see NXT Tuesday? I did not, Brandon. I didn't get a chance to see it, so you'll have to catch me up because I did not get a chance to see it, unfortunately. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. I had anticipated having up some short material on the channel from Sunday. I didn't get a chance to do it. Things have been pretty busy on my end, so hopefully I can. Now, is that a taping? Don't tell me who she lost it to, or is that a taping, or was that the live? If it was any results from a taping, I don't want to know it. I unfortunately saw a spoiler that I did not want to see, and yeah, so we'll just leave it at that. That was live. Okay, all right. So Tatum lost her championship. Wow. Okay. Derek saying my mom had no recipes. It's all in her head. I told her to start right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, get her to write that stuff down. Even Derek, honestly, even if you got to get some like a voice recorder on your phone, do the voice memo thing on your phone and record her, and it'll transcribe it for you. And you got it. Because I wish I had that opportunity with my mom. But like I said, I feel like I connect with her when I'm cooking soul food and cooking different recipes that I remember from growing up. So that was on the live show. Izzy turned on her, cost her. Wow. Okay, so Izzy turned. All right, I was wondering when that was going to happen. So it happened. Okay, happened on Tuesday. Was I okay with Frankie winning? So it's like I said last week, Brendan. I don't mind Frankie Kazarian winning. Frankie is a TNA legend. He's an OG. It's not the fact that I mind Frankie winning the title. For me, it was more so how Mike lost. I just kind of felt like they had built him up and told his story so well. And for that to be his first night really in front of a crowd with the title, and to get that opportunity to connect with the title and connect with the fans, and show that title off that he had worked so hard for, and then for him to put it up in a match that was really a throwaway match, and for him to lose it by Frankie calling his shot when he did. I just don't feel like Mike got enough time with the title. That's my only complaint, really. Aside from, I mean, the call your shot gauntlet is the same as the Money in the Bank briefcase. I mean, it's unpredictable, and that's what makes it fun when people win it. It's like, okay, well, when are they going to cash in? When are they going to call their shot? So I'm cool with that. I just would have loved it if it wouldn't have been the very first night back from Bound for Glory and the first time we're hearing from our new champ. But that's just my humble opinion. You know, I know people feel differently, and that's fine. It's completely okay. James, unfortunately, I have. Unfortunately, I have. Just upset that it happened that quickly. Yeah, same. John, what's up, John Kessler? How are you doing? I'm doing great, man. How are you? Hopefully you're doing well, John Kessler. And hopefully this episode of TNA will start soon, if it hasn't already. Okay, there we go. We're starting. I just had to start over a little bit, so all good. Getting a little bit of a recap of Turning Point from last Friday, which I thought it was a good evening. I wish they would have had a little more time to build some things up, but that was their first one back, so, you know, you take what you can. But I felt like it was good. Even last Thursday, I mean, aside from the main event in the last few minutes, and Nick Nemeth wanted to call his shot, but the NXT wrestler showed up again and caused a melee, and then you got the Hardys and a bunch of other TNA folks showing up. We're getting a little bit of a turf war. Was I surprised that Nick Nemeth showed up on Monday? I was, to be honest with you. I try my best to avoid a lot of the wrestling talk on social media. One, because I like to be genuinely surprised, and two, because of the absolute incredible amount of toxicity and just nastiness in some of those posts. But I was genuinely surprised. I'm glad that he showed up. I'm happy that he showed up. So yeah, I was genuinely surprised. So it was really cool to see him there. And as always, I mean, a dude could have a match with a broomstick and get the broomstick over somehow. So his match with Solo, I enjoyed. So it was really good. Yeah, it's showtime, baby. Let's go. And we're starting out with Mike Santana. So we're going to hear what Santana has to say right off the bat. We won't have to wait very long. He's making his way down. Making his way down to the room. Thank you so much, Michael. Oh, that's a good question, Brandon. That's a good question for folks in the chat. If you've been watching TNA for a while, let us know which theme did you like the best. I like Cross the Line, but I'm also old. So John Kessler saying, here comes Santana. Derek saying the Switch 2 is legit, giving my old one to my cousin's little son for Christmas. Playing Batman Arkham City tonight. I played Arkham City. I forget which console it was on, but I think it might have been Xbox 360 or something like that back in the day. But I played that one. That's the last time I played anything Arkham City or anything Batman related. Mike Santana now in the ring. And let's see what he has to say. There's a chair in the center of the ring. And maybe he's going to have a bit of a seat. Have a little chat with us. real quick. And let's see what Santana has to say here. Crowd cheering him on, showing him a lot of support, chanting Santana, showing him a lot of love here. That's good to see. Santana's having a seat now in the middle of the ring, taking the sunglasses off. He's got the microphone, so let's see what he has to say. The first thing he said was, "I love you guys to death, let me tell you." Fans saying, "We love you." Just 1 month ago, he was on top of the world. And he got to accomplish a goal and a dream that he's fought his entire life for. And he got to share that moment with his daughter. He says that moment will live with him for the rest of his life. Now he's going to last week. "1,000 days sober last week." Congratulations to Mike Santana. That's way bigger than any title or anything in wrestling. So congratulations to him. I know he's been on that journey. So many people are. And it's a tough journey. Hey, Mark. Said the next day is when he lost the title. Everything taken. He's getting very emotional. He says, "You know what they say, we live life on life's terms. When you think you're at the top, think everything's going good, life will humble you real quick." He's getting emotional. Said things got really dark. Said for the first time on his journey, he was scared. He was scared of himself. He says at a time when he would react with rage and anger, he knew he couldn't. He said he had to check in with himself. He went to a safe place. He went to a meeting. Good for him. Good for him. He said the meeting made him realize a lot of things. He said one of the things that he learned was that we all deserve for him to be there. He said they pay their hard-earned money for them to give us an escape and an experience. Wow. He said, "You believed in me." He said, "You rode with me when a lot of people didn't." And he's grateful for that. He wants to thank you personally. Mark saying to me, it is similar when CM Punk. What I mean is that even though he didn't mention AEW by name in a way he didn't say. Yeah. James saying this is such a powerful promo. I agree. He said he had it all and it was taken from him. He says, but it makes him want it that much more. So Frankie Kazarian, let me tell you something. You got something that belongs to me. Don't get too comfortable. Best believe that title is coming back home. Before he gets to Frankie, he's got something to say to the NXT boys. Says, listen to me loud and clear. Zoom in, camera. He's telling the camera to get his close up. He says he's going to peek each one of them off one by one until there's nothing left. He's going to make them regret the day they step foot in TNA. He says, this is not brand new to me. I've been doing this. He says, I gave you fair warning. Beware. Wow. What a promo to start the show by Mike Santana. I mean, that was amazing. Honestly, that didn't feel it didn't feel much like a promo. It felt like him speaking from the heart. That's what that felt like. That didn't feel like a promo. Derek saying there's a Terrifier, the arcade game on the Switch. Oh my gosh. Art the Clown has made it to the Switch. Santino is backstage here. He's going to address it tonight. He's talking to someone on the phone. Frankie talking to Santino now. He said he had nothing to do with it. Called him J-Brones in the process. Frankie says Santino owes him an apology. He has an appointment right now with JDC. There's JDC. JDC told him he's a champion and he looks like a reject from Bon Jovi. Frankie says, when's the last time anyone cared about who you are? JDC says, I like you backstage. We joke around. He says, don't talk about my wife. He says, we joke around and stuff, but don't ever talk about my wife. JDC says, you want to be serious? Give me a shot at that. Frankie says, what have you done to earn a shot? Santino has an idea. Eric Young versus JDC tonight, and the winner gets a shot at Frankie? JDC says, bring your scarf. JDC versus Eric Young. In the main event tonight, winner gets a shot at Kaz's title. Knockouts 4-way match. They're going over the rest of the card. The second Knockouts 4-way match. And that one is next. So here we go, folks. So we're going to get a couple of 4-way matches up next here. I think this is the one we're getting next. But you all know what time it is. It's food time. So if you're new to the channel, every week we like to make either other people hungry and try to keep you awake and either talk about your breakfast, lunch, snack, whatever you had to eat today. Let me know in the chat. Make everybody hungry. What's on your menu? I had Taco Bell, well, a little bit of it anyway. I love the fact that they're showing some throwbacks right now instead of just kind of leaving us on that screen. I love this. Love this. James had steak and ale pie with roast potatoes. That sounds delicious. Potbelly tonight. It's a sandwich shop. Got a BLTA. Okay. Sounds good. Y'all eating good this evening. Bobby Roode against Jeff Hardy. Wow. Popcorn, chicken, and fries, says Brandon. Katie says chicken pot pie, rice, nuggets, and veggies, says John G. Chicken and broccoli Alfredo for lunch, says John Kessler. John G is eating now. Cornish pasty. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said there. Cornish pasty, mash, and peas. Sounds good, bonkers. Fried chicken and gumbo, says Shabazz. I had some fried chicken last night. It was good. I probably shouldn't have as much of it anymore, but it's good every now and again to have. So I love that they're showing these throwbacks. That's the one thing I missed about them being on Twitch, is that they will always show the throwbacks. And now they're doing it here. This is great. All right, folks, we want to ask you again to drop a like on the video if you don't mind. And if you are new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Join the family. Mr. Stormy, thank you so much for that, for those kind words. Had hamburger helper and Auntie Anne's pretzels stuffed with cheese steak. Oh, that I didn't know that they did those. I did not know that they did those. That sounds amazing. All right, so we're getting Myla Grace out first. And she is joined by Harley Hudson. So we are starting the knockouts 4-way matches with the one that you see here on screen. Myla Grace is coming to the ring first. Let's see who we get out next. Got Ray Walt and Hannafin at the desk this evening talking, breaking down the action as always, setting up the action. In my opinion, they might be the best commentary duo in wrestling. Dani Luna making her way down to the ring now. Bonker saying, hope Dani Luna gets this. Yeah, give me your picks in chat. Let me know, who do you have in this match? And who would you like to see get a shot at the TNA Knockouts title? talking about Final Resolution. Here we go. Here's Rosemary. It's been a while since we've seen her. So good to see Rosemary back. John Kessler saying I picked Indi to win, but I would like Dani Luna to win. Okay. I'd love to see Rosemary win it. Honestly. Rosemary in the ring. Gold Rush, they're hyping up this week, week 2. TNA Knockouts World Championship triple threat. You got Lei Ying Lee going up against Kalani Jordan and Jordan Grace. That should be a great matchup. So, week 2 for Gold Rush. Indi Hartwell. John G is picking Indi. Katie saying, I pick Indi to win, but I would like Rosemary to win. I think that's where I'm at too, Katie. I would love to see Rosemary win. I don't know that she will, so I'm gonna say Indi Hartwell, but my heart is with Rosemary. The cheesesteak meat did not have the traditional flavor of tomato sauce. The cheesesteak was dipped in barbecue sauce. It was delicious. I would suggest you try it. Listen, next time we go to the mall, I might have to because that sounds delicious. So, of course, Dani Luna goes right after Indi Hartwell and vice versa. Myla Grace trying to hold her own in there with Rosemary and Dani Luna. Drop kick to the both of them. Brandon is picking Myla Grace. Talking about the potential of Myla Grace. Right now, she just took advantage of Rosemary being down in the corner and delivering a kick to her, and now Dani Luna has her. But boot there from Dani Luna right to the jaw of Myla Grace. Indi Hartwell back in the ring. Everyone else is outside of the ring again. Myla Grace being rolled back in by Rosemary. Rosemary getting back in there. Grabbing Indi Hartwell. Indi Hartwell reverses. Now she's got Rosemary. Rosemary breaks that, but gets a forearm to the face by Indi Hartwell. A slam suplex there. Now she's going to dump Myla Grace on top of Rosemary. Indi Hartwell in control at the moment. Has her sights set on Myla Grace. Got to watch out for Harley Hudson on the outside here. She could factor into the match in some ways. So, and I think you got to think the same thing in the next Knockouts 4-way match with Victoria Crawford being in there. You know, Tessa Blanchard is going to be somewhere close by. Cover here for Indi. 1-2. 2 count for Indi Hartwell. She was trying to pin Myla Grace. Again, thank you all so much for joining us, whether you're watching from YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Thank you so much for joining us. We greatly appreciate you being with us. Again, we're here every Thursday for TNA Wrestling. We do their PLEs, pay-per-views. If you're old like me, they're pay-per-views to you. So we do all their specials as well. So come hang out with us on Thursdays. We're here at 7:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myla Grace with a 2 count on Indi Hartwell. Myla Grace in control now. What's up, Clown? How are you? Hopefully you're doing well this evening. Myla Grace trying to control Indi. Hartwell gets her back down. James Chadwick saying Santana just liked his tweet. You know what? That deserves a little bit of celebration. So and for the rest of the night, James Chadwick says,
Acknowledge me.
there you go. That's awesome, James. That is awesome. Would love to talk to Santana one day on the channel. Would love to have him on. He seems like such a great dude, man. What's up, Chad? How are you? Good to see you. Rosemary and Dani Luna taking control, taking Indi and Myla Grace outside. They were like, okay, we watched you long enough. Now it's our turn. How are you doing, Chad? Rosemary laughing. James said, I tweeted freaking love Santana. What an amazing promo. Also, congrats on the 1,000 days. That's amazing. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing, man. There's quite a few things I'd love to talk to him about, especially here in New York State and recovery. Love to chat with him about a few things. Dani Luna got a 2 count on Myla Grace. Dani Luna was looking at Rosemary, but she thought twice about trying to do anything physical. Because you know Rosemary will spit that green mist at you real quick. Glad you're doing well, Chad. Myla Grace fighting back against Dani Luna. Rosemary is in control of Indi Hartwell. Bills just scored. James Cook TD run on 3rd and inches. Thank you, Derek, for the football update. Rosemary biting Indi's face off. She was a little hungry. Maybe catering wasn't up to her liking. All right, we're going to break. All right, folks, so here's a question for you. We didn't really get a chance to do this last week, but here's a question for you for this week. As we get Christian Cage versus Frankie Kazarian, another throwback. So let me know, folks, in the chat. Are there any holiday traditions, if your family does celebrate Thanksgiving? Are there any holiday traditions that you want to shout out that you and your family do and that's a staple for your family? Yeah. Chad said I'm trying to figure out who to get at quarterback for my fantasy team between Kirk Cousins and Shedeur Sanders, since Flacco is going to be back to the bench since Burrow is back. Man, I don't know. That's a tough one. If you can get, I'll say this to you, Chad. I have Daniel Jones. I don't know if he's still available in your league. He hasn't steered me wrong. But I would out of those two, I would probably say Kirk Cousins. Yeah, James. That's why, and I know a lot of places don't, and some people don't. Even in America, some people don't celebrate Thanksgiving. But yeah, if you celebrate it, let me know if you have any traditions. Derek saying, "Eat and watch the Cowboys lose." It's my traditions. That's Derek there. Mine is eating and watching a ton of football, and um, having having multiple plates. You gotta. It's also the long game too. You can't be a rookie about it. So you gotta space out the eating. But yeah, watching football, eating. I don't do the Black Friday shopping. Um, I have when I was a teenager, I went with my aunt uh, Black Friday shopping, and I forget what toy was the craze that year for some of my younger cousins, and we went to grab it, and this woman just clawed my arm, scratched me all up. So uh, after that, I was like, I won't do that again because, yeah, not cool. So I don't do the Black Friday stuff. Rosemary has Indi Hartwell over in that corner, not letting her go. Finally letting her go. Dani Luna is in control against Myla Grace over here in the corner. Clown says, first year I cooked, I put the bird upside down because I thought that's how turkeys could fly. I was wrong, but the bird came out so moist. My family always now tells me turn it upside down. Sometimes, man, those mistakes turn out to be it turns out to be good, man. James said, I'm so glad they're doing these throwbacks again. I am too. I love it. I love it. Last year, I smoked a turkey breast and was not real happy with the color. I got way too much smoke on it too early. Uh, so yeah, I'm looking forward to redeeming myself this year. Myla Grace and Indi Hartwell now taking control. Chad saying some eating a lot and watching football. Don't go out on Black Friday either. I'm going to get all my Christmas shopping done tomorrow before all the crazies. Myla Grace to the outside, and she just took out Rosemary. Indi Hartwell and Dani Luna. It is quite fitting that these two are in the ring right now, right in the center of it, trading elbows and punches back and forth. A kick there from Dani Luna. Now she picks up Indi. Indi gets away. Double clothesline there. James said I'll probably watch some NFL that day too. Yeah, I mean, it's really good. I don't know, man. It's just really good watching those games on Thursdays, kicking back with all the food, hanging out with friends and family if that's what you do. Rosemary got a chain, but she was sent into the steel post by Myla Grace. Indi Hartwell had Dani Luna up, but Dani Luna has that chain and just decked Indi Hartwell. 1, 2, 3. Dani Luna with shenanigans earns the victory. Dani Luna, by any means necessary, picks up that victory, and she will be facing off against the winner of the next Knockouts 4-way match for a spot at Final Resolution against Kalani Jordan, the world Knockouts world champ. John Kessler saying Dani Luna gets the win. Yes, she did. Eric Young giving flyers to some masked people, telling them to pass out flyers and tell them that the cleanse is coming. Gia Miller backstage with Eric Young, so James is probably going to rate this show pretty highly. Eric saying, if I win, what do I get? He says Santino is behind everything wrong with this company. He's a corporate puppet and a tool. Here's what's going to happen. He's going to beat JDC. He's going to show the world the truth. The cleanse is coming, and there's nothing you can do about it. Wow. Eric Young says that cleanse is coming. Don't forget that. Cardona versus Mance Warner coming up. Yep. Should be a lot of fun. So, yeah, we'll decide the next number one contender in that other four-way match. But up next, we're going to get Mance Warner and Matt Cardona. So this is what we're getting next, folks. Anybody else have any Thanksgiving traditions or holiday traditions that you want to shout out? Mr. Stormy, when deep fried turkey was the craze, my cousin tried to deep fry turkey, pulled it out of the grease, waited 20 minutes, carves it, and within 10 minutes, the meat just was dried out. Now I'll just roast turkey. Yeah. Fried turkey is good when prepared correctly. We got Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle right now on the throwbacks. Yeah, fried turkey is delicious when it's cooked right. I've had the good stuff and I've had the dried out stuff. So James asking, do you think they debut the cleanse after the new year starts? The year with the bang. I think so, James. I don't think they give us that before the end of the year. I could be extremely and very wrong. So I don't want to say that they won't. I think it's very possible that they could show us who it is before the end of the year. But personally, I think we get it to start off the year with a bang. That is personally what I think, my friend. If you don't make fried turkey correctly, end up with turkey for Christmas vacation. Very true, Cloud. Very true. You end up with turkey jerky, basically. Maybe a Final Resolution December 5th. Yeah, it's very possible. If they don't do it tonight, maybe they do it at a Final Resolution. But I'm thinking Genesis like James. Yeah, I'm thinking Genesis. Mance Warner, Matt Cardona coming up next. Who you got in that one, folks? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Who you got? Bonker saying Mance Warner gets this one. Yeah, keep those predictions coming in the chat. Let me know who you got. TNA is on a break right now, but they will be back. Joe and Angle had some classics in TNA. Yeah, they really did, man. Oh my goodness, they had some classics. They're showing the ad from Full Sail again. Katie is picking Matt Cardona for the win. Mr. Stormy, I think the cleanse might have something to do with the WWE and the TV deal, but wait until January to debut it. Okay. It very well could be tied to all of that. Santino is backstage with Ariana Grace, his daughter. She says that she doesn't know how they got in either. They said they're going to open the doors wide open and let them come in, bring them in. Macklin and the Hardys backstage now saying, hey, we can't take this crap. Jeff Hardy saying, we got the bait, holding up the titles there. Mance Warner making his way down to the ring with Steph DeLander. Oh, Derek, you deserve an extended giggity for that.
Giggity, giggity, giggity. All right.
James, I think the same thing, my friends. I think the same thing. She just conveniently doesn't know very much, right? I don't think that's coincidence. John Kessler saying the Southern Psychopath and Steph DeLander, what a couple. Agreed. Oh, Mance Warner. He's such an interesting character, man. Matt Cardona always ready coming down to the ring. That's very true, James. Very true. We are the same person after all. I bet that dude that said that, James, I bet he thought he dunked on us. It's like, joke's on you, dude. Even though he probably still believes that we're the same person, but you know. Talking about Nemeth and Cardona appearing on Raw and SmackDown, respectively, and Mance Warner does not wait for the bell to ring. So, Cardona delivering that forearm. Steph DeLander pulling Mance Warner out of the ring when Matt Cardona was about to give him a boot. Well, he couldn't avoid that one. Mance off the steel steps there. Off them again. Yes, they would, James. One more time for the fans. Matt Cardona drives Mance Warner's face into those steel steps. Throws him back into the ring. Trying to get the crowd behind him is Matt Cardona. Steph DeLander holding the leg of Matt Cardona. Giving just enough of a distraction for Mance Warner to turn that around and get a 2 count. So I have a question for all of you about Mance Warner. Do you think Mance Warner could be a TNA World Champion? Please let me know in chat. Mr. Stormy, if it's Zack Ryder, woo, 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 you know it. All good, Mr. Stormy. Forearm to the face of Matt Cardona. Now a chop that echoed through the arena. A chop here from Matt Cardona. Forearm to the face of Mance Warner. Mance Warner off those ropes now. Cardona reverses it. Good counter there by Matt Cardona. Just trying to do anything he could to turn the momentum there. John Kessler, I don't know, but I do think Mance could be an international champion. Okay. I think that would be a great title for him too, John. Not saying that he can't be world champ, because I do think he could be. Oh. Cardona takes Mance Warner down. Cardona still in control here. Josh Allen's hurt. Oh, boy. Derek saying Josh Allen is hurt. What happened, Derek? And who is the backup for the Bills? Is that Mitch Trubisky? Reboot. 1, 2. 2 count for Matt Cardona. Oh. He is up, walking off, so that's good for Bills fans. Derek is like the broski with his women. She says, give it to me. Derek says, woo, you know that. Mance is legit great wrestler in GCW. Mance was heavyweight champion. Yes. Yes. Cardona down 1, 2. Mance Warner with the 2 count. Mance holding that knee. Yeah, huge knee there from Mance Warner to the side of the head of Cardona. Only gets a 2 count. Mance limping around. Oh, he's getting a chair. Don't think this is a no DQ match, Mance. That was just a distraction, though. Mance had the purse, but Cardona hit radio silence. Steph DeLander helped save Mance Warner. Cardona is distracted by Steph DeLander, but he might want to pay attention to Mance Warner because he's still got that purse. And he just hit Cardona with it. Pay window. Is this it? 1, 2, 3. Mance Warner with some shenanigans and the help of Steph DeLander gets a huge win over Matt Cardona. Steph DeLander gets that purse back. The referee none the wiser. John Kessler saying Mance dropped Matt Cardona with the purse. Yes, he did. Injury report time. So let's see. Partially torn UCL for Mike Santana, but he is cleared. Their medical staff is closely monitoring his status. Elijah, his recovery suffered a setback after Mustafa Ali hit him over that repaired triceps, and he is out again. All TNA wrestlers attacked by the NXT wrestlers are being monitored, so huge news there. Robert Stone says, you came into our turf and delivered the first punch. We're just doing the same thing you did, but better. They're done waiting for opportunities. They're taking them just because they can. Oh, Charlie Dempsey saying, hey, Mike, how's that arm feeling? Santino wasn't supposed to be a part of it. Robert Stone says he's not the guy behind it. Lexus King. Man. So let's see what comes of that. Do we get something at Genesis, or do we get something as early as Final Resolution between that group and TNA's group? We shall see. Still coming up, the main event, which is JDC and Eric Young. And we still got this Knockouts 4-way match coming up. Up next, though, we're getting Myron Reed up against John Skyler. I don't think so, Mr. Stormy. I don't think that group is EY's group. I think EY's group is a different group now that I'm kind of looking at it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's behind all of it. I don't know. But Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle, man, I remember this match. Another throwback. Again, folks, not to be annoying, but if you don't mind, drop a like on the video. And if you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can join us for future content. Speaking of future content, we will be back on Sunday for Between the Ropes, and we will keep you posted on Fireflies Forever. And I'm just going to go ahead and say we won't be here next Thursday for TNA Wrestling. So next Thursday is Thanksgiving for those who celebrate. So we won't be here next Thursday. One of the great hands, or should I say one of the Stooges against one of the Rascals, Myron Reed. Yep. So here's another question for all of you while we're on break. Of the wrestling shows that are coming up soon, which events are you looking forward to the most? Or if there's a match that you're looking forward to most, please drop that in the chat and let me know. I, for one, I'm really looking forward to seeing who John Cena's final opponent is. I really enjoyed seeing his match on Raw. I thought that was a fun, nostalgic match with Sheamus and Rey Mysterio. Jeff Hardy went back up again, and he still didn't get it. John Kessler saying, I'm looking forward to Mercedes Moné against Chris Statlander for the AEW Women's Championship. That should be a good one. I'm curious to see, and I saw that Mercedes won the Ring of Honor title, so now she's up to 13, I believe. Curious to see when she starts losing those. Matt Cardona saying, Steph, you know me better than anyone in the world, but you didn't tell him everything. He thought Mance was like his brother. Apparently not. He says he wants to be at the top. And he knows Mance does too, but you got to get through him. Street fight. He says not only is he always ready, he's the deathmatch king. Gold Rush 2 and Survivor Series for Bonkers. John saying, I hope Mercedes wins the championship on Saturday, but I'm not sure Chris is going to lose. I guess my question would be this. How many titles are too many? Or is there such thing? Because I feel like I'd love to see Chris Statlander retain just because the moment that she got by winning it was such a shocking moment. But I can kind of see, I think I see the writing on the wall of where they're going. So that should be interesting. John Skyler in the ring. Now we're getting Myron Reed entering, representing the Rascals. Myron Reed. And we are almost through with the first hour of the show. Feel like we got a pretty good bit in that first hour. But Barry Monkey joining us from Twitch. What's up, Barry Monkey? Saying, looking forward to this match. Two good wrestlers. I agree. I really think that this is going to be a good match. This was my match that I felt like could be match of the night if it wasn't one of the Knockouts 4-way matches. So definitely agree with you there, Barry Monkey. Hope you're doing well. James saying Chris better win. Bonker saying Myron Reed got this. Yeah, let me know your predictions in the chat. Who do you have in this match? Do you have Myron Reed or do you have John Skyler? Let me know. John Kessler saying, good point, Jeff, but I think it is only a matter of time until Mercedes is the AEW Women's Champion. No, I agree with that. John. I think it's only a matter of time. I do agree. I honestly believe that she will win, and I think that she will begin to lose titles when her and Toni Storm meet up again. That's my prediction, sure to go wrong. But Mr. Stormy saying, unfortunately, I think the story of Mercedes does not change until she has all the women's AEW championships. Then she will lose them all. Here's a question. Would you have her lose them to Toni Storm, or given the run that she's been on, would you have her lose them to Athena? Would you begin a program with Mercedes and Athena? Because while I love Toni Storm, I'd really love to see Athena and Mercedes. I'm doing good, Barry Monkey. Can't complain. It's been a busy week, I know that, but that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So, John Skyler in control right now, grounding Myron Reed because you definitely don't want him to get going with his athletic abilities. Myron trying to break out of this, throwing some elbows. Big forearm there to John Skyler. And a huge clothesline that turned Myron Reed inside out. My goodness. Skyler by himself probably going to lose tomorrow, says John. Katie saying Myron should have this. Myron dang near landed on top of his head on that one. John going for another clothesline, but Myron ducked it and got a punch to the jaw instead. Thrown off of the ropes there. Clothesline attempt by John Skyler, but misses, and Myron Reed is now back in control after using that athleticism that he has. Mr. Stormy says, give it to Athena. She definitely deserves the titles. Athena is stuck behind the scenes. Monet will lose before she wins that. Oh, okay. Bonkers, you think she'll lose before that? Okay. Skyler's a really good, really talented wrestler. I know he's a heel, and Order 4 is not a fan favorite, but he's definitely a very talented wrestler. Have always been thoroughly impressed with John Skyler's matches, and thoroughly impressed with Myron Reed, who got some double knees to John Skyler there and has him woozy right now. Just dump Skyler into the center of the ring. Got a 2 count there, Myron Reed. John Skyler's definitely in trouble trying to roll out of the ring if he can. Myron might go flying here. Looks like he's going to do that. Uh-oh, John Skyler. Wow, timed that perfectly. Slingshot spear there. 2 count by John Skyler. James with strong opinions about the AEW women's title scene, which I understand that. I've seen some chatter today. Wow, what a reversal there by Myron Reed into a stunner. Commotion backstage. Agent Zero and Tasha Steelz have taken out the Rascals. Trey Miguel is laying face down on the pavement. Looks like Zachary Wentz is laying near him. Someone's foot was there near him. Big knee there from John Skyler to Myron Reed. Myron ducks a clothesline but gets another stunner. And let's see what he's thinking about here. I guess my question would just be, at what point is it too much? Myron Reed was about to go flying again. He just had to change course a little bit. Oh, John Skyler just got underneath him there. Myron Reed, like the rest of the Rascals, are such great athletes. Absolutely agree. Where's Camille anyway? Bonker saying TBS won't be recognized if she has the championship also. Hotch. Jason Hotch with the assist to John Skyler. John Skyler picks up the win. Yeah, that's not good for the Rascals. We might have to get the Rascals in order for doing some battle at some point, because that was Myron Reed not happy with that result. A recap here of Turning Point, looking back at the X Division Championship match. Leon Slater going up against Rich Swann. Slater retained the title, but it was a heck of a match. Leon Slater had the eye issue near the end of the match. Bonker says steals one. John Skyler, yeah, he stole one. Rich Swann and AJ Francis at the ATM. AJ said you let First Class down. Told me you didn't need me, and you did, and you left with an L. He said not only did you lose, but you shook hands with him. Rich saying that kid's got it. Nothing but a little bit of sportsmanship. AJ said he doesn't care about sportsmanship. He cares about success. AJ says he's not the future. Oh, Leon said you old as hell talking about the future. Leon said if you got something to say it to his face. I love how they're saying Rich Homie Swan now. I love that. Uh-oh. AJ Francis, Leon Slater? AJ says be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. AJ said, I'm going to show you how this is done to Rich Swann. Leon said, money, 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 talking about the future. Bro, you're like 37. What are you talking about? That's hilarious. Oh, good stuff there from First Class and Leon Slater. JDC and Eric Young going to be in the main event later, but up next we're going to get the second Knockouts 4-way match of the evening. Zaya Brookside, Victoria Crawford, Killer Kelly, and Jody Threat. James says, wow, AJ Francis beat a nobody YouTuber. Congrats, I guess. BDE, I was impressed with BDE, I will say. I thought he was really, really good. I went back and looked at some of his matches on the indies too, and he's really talented. I'm really impressed with what he's been able to do very early in his career. So Sean Rousset saying Leon always has backup in the young OG if he needs help. That's right. John Kessler, AJ Francis pointing fingers at Rich Swann. Yeah, I don't know if that's something he really wants to do. I don't think AJ has as much support as he may think. Christian Cage up against Kurt Angle. Throwback in the six-sided ring, no less. Man. Christian off the top there, right on the Kurt Angle. Good stuff. So, all right. So I'm going to let y'all be the first to decide this, since I'm just going to make an executive decision this evening. Let me know which TNA pay-per-view you would like to go back and see. You don't have to give me a year. I'm going to give you some choices. I'll say Bound for Glory, Slammiversary, James, give me some other ones from back in the day. Because I want to do a retro TNA watch along coming up, maybe before the Christmas holiday. So put some thoughts in the chat for me. Let me know what you'd like to see, and we'll put a poll out there and let folks vote on it, because I would like to do that. James saying Lethal Lockdown, another great one. Sean, did you get a chance to see week 1 of NXT Gold Rush? I did not, Sean, unfortunately. I'll probably go back and watch tonight when I can't sleep, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. Same with AEW. I didn't have a chance to watch that yet either. So Swan has been something AJ Francis will never be a world champion, says James. Leon standing up for Rich Swan. I love it, says Andrea. Hello, Andrea. Hope you're doing well. Hard Justice. That's another good one. Let's see. Yeah, shout me out some retro TNA. Trick Williams here. Recap. Looks like we're doing Immersed for Bound for Glory. Is this the beginning of the end for First Class? I don't know, John. That's a good question. I think it's the start of something new for Leon Slater. I think 2026 is probably going to be an even bigger year for him. Yeah, I think this is Immersed. Has anyone had a chance to watch this yet? Please let me know. I'd love to get a chance to watch it. They're doing a recap of Bound for Glory. Yeah, we'll get some different pay-per-views out there and put it out there for a vote and see what we come up with, and look to do a retro watch along. We'll do that as a part of one of our new shows coming up called Hot Tag Rewind. So Unbreakable is another good one. What'd you think of Dolph Ziggler returning to WWE? Loved it. Andrea, loved it. Sacrifice. Yes, Slammiversary indeed, Andrea. Because what I'd like to do first is I'd like to select a pay-per-view. And then I'd like to give folks a few years to pick from. And then we'll go from there. And we'll schedule that one. Fade to Black. Bound for Glory, Fade to Black. Elegance brand backstage. Elegance brand. Search for Mr. Elegance. We've got Heather by Elegance, Ash by Elegance, and M by Elegance. Contestant number 1. Only one rule. Can't go around the curtain. They cannot go around the curtain to see who the contestants are. He's going to tell them a little bit about himself. Oh, wow. The dude said there was nothing elegant about that. Oh my gosh. Jamie Stanley. Iceman tells him, you can't wear that salmon suit. Alejandro. Wow. All right, Jeff, what about this theory? The story will lead to a feud with Leon and Javon, which leads to a match at Mania. Wow, Javon. Wow. At Mania. That would be huge. Hardcore justice or heart to kill, says Bonkers. They just call my man a loser after he poured his heart out. Oh my gosh. Seems like the search for Mr. Elegance is going to continue. So, interesting there. All right, so Victoria Crawford coming out first. And she is joined by Tessa Blanchard. I don't know what what kind of dance she's doing, Victoria Crawford, but yeah, she's dancing her way to the ring. And she's continued dancing while up on the ropes. So there's that. Bonker says, hit the bricks. Yes. Personal concierge said that quite a bit. Hit the bricks, baby. Jody Threat. Running around the ring with all that energy. Victoria can't take it. Even though she was dancing around wild like Jody Threat. Bonkers, are you going to go out to be Mr. Elegance? Who's going to go out to be Mr. Elegance? Or maybe they just need another member of the Elegance brand, not a Mr. or Ms. Would you want to be a member of the elegance brand is the question. To anyone. To anyone. Killer Kelly now coming down to the ring. James said, not me. I ain't elegant. Bonker said, I would. Okay. James. Yeah, not me. First month of TNA Plus free if you use promo code FINAL25. So if you don't have TNA Plus, if you use FINAL25, Zaya Brookside repping the Angel Warriors. James Chadwick, I'm about to play a preemptive giggity for you.
Giggity, 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 go.
Oh, Derek, I got to play another one.
Giggity, 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 go.
There's another one for Derek. Here we go. We're getting started, and the chaos has ensued. Jody Threat and Victoria Crawford. Crawford now out, and Jody Threat standing in the ring by herself. Zaya Brookside dives on the Killer Kelly and Victoria Crawford on the outside. Jody Threat waiting on her to get in there, inviting her in, saying, come on in. Let's see. Yeah, let me know who your pick is in this match. Texans up 10-9. Jody Threat over Brookside for this, please, says Bonkers. Here comes I, my pick to win tonight. Brandon is picking Jody Threat. I think I'm going to go Zaya Brookside as well. No rhyme or reason, honestly. I think she's worked extremely hard, and I feel like she'd have a good match against Dani Luna. She would definitely be the underdog. One, two count for Zaya Brookside on Victoria Crawford. Jody Threat and Killer Kelly fighting on the outside. Victoria Crawford trying to fight against a submission attempt from Zaya Brookside, and we are going to break. We've got Lashley going up against Samoa Joe from back in the day. Man, they're playing the hits tonight. John G picking Zaya. James saying legally obligated to go for Zaya. I know you meant obligated, not obliterated, James. I remember this matchup so well. Man, they're playing some good old school matches tonight. It's all good, James. I knew what you meant, man. I knew what you meant. Listen, we're the same person, so I had that thought. So it's all good. So here's another question. Since we're getting a lot of Samoa Joe tonight, I would anticipate that Joe, I'm not going to say he's going to be done anytime soon, but let's just say whenever Samoa Joe is ready to retire, and let's say in a perfect world, he says, you know what, I'm going to come back to TNA and I'm going to retire. Who's his retirement match against? You can pick anyone from old school TNA, current. Who would you like to see him have his final match against? And Lashley still looks the same. Man, what a good match this was. Samoa Joe and Bobby Lashley from back in the day in TNA. Mr. Stormy says the Monster Abyss. Bonker says Eddie Edwards or Moose. Face Mike Santana, heel Frankie Kazarian, says Brandon. All those are really good. Now we are back at the Knockouts 4-way match. James saying we need an Unbreakable 2005 pay-per-view watch-along just for the Joe Styles versus. You know what? I agree with that. I'm gonna put that on the list because that match by itself is worth doing a watch along for. Let's see. Bills just threw a pick. Should have been pick 6, but I got called back. Wow. Zion Brookside. Tessa was on commentary. Killer Kelly with the cover there. Got a 2 count on Zion Brookside. Killer Kelly has Zaya Brookside up on the top rope. Let's see what she's going to do here. Submission here. Jody threat with the drop kick to both Killer Kelly and Zaya Brookside. Let's see what Jody threat does here. Oh, Killer Kelly in trouble here. German suplex to Killer Kelly. Jody Threat is in control right now. Trying to cover Killer Kelly here. 1, 2, kick out by Kelly. Derek. Zaya Brookside now trying to get Jody Threat, but Jody's still in control. 1, 2. Killer Kelly barely breaks up that cover. Kelly has a submission hold in. Not completely locked in. Jody Threat standing up with Kelly on her back. Kelly still has hair, though. Victoria Crawford with a huge kick to Kelly, who's up on the top rope there, just kind of dazed and confused. Jody dives out onto Victoria Crawford, who looks like she she hit her head. Zaya Brookside with a cover and a pin on Killer Kelly. Zaya Brookside. Zaya Brookside with the win. So it's going to be Zaya Brookside going up against Dani Luna for a shot at the Knockouts World Championship at Final Resolution. So should be a good matchup next week leading up to Final Resolution. We'll see who's the number one contender. Jada Stone. Battle of the English, says James. Yeah, that should be a really good matchup to see who gets to challenge the champ. Should be really, really good. How crazy would it be if we got a title change at Gold Rush? That would be insane. Like, there's a couple ways it could go that I think would be crazy depending on who wins that number one contenders match. That would be wild. Jada Stone talking about her tryout and feeling defeated and not wanting to wrestle anymore. She was 18 at the time. Wow. She started wrestling when she was 17, so she said she wasn't prepared at all. So note to all of us to give ourselves grace. Sometimes we can be our own harshest critics. Wow. They're showing the moment when she had a match against Myla Moore. Really talking about her journey here to TNA and being signed as a knockout. She said her life changed instantly. Talking about Bailey. Wow. She said Bailey congratulated her on getting signed. Looking forward to seeing Jada Stone. And we're already at main event time, folks. Eric Young has an interesting mask on. Derek saying Wild Bills just took a kickoff to the crib, 98 yards. Wow. JDC going up against Eric Young up next. Main event is up next. And, of course, I do not have a graphic for that because that was an impromptu match. So, sorry about that. James saying, wow, time has flown. Yes. Christian Cage against Jeff Jarrett. Yeah, time has flown this evening, James. 1613 Bills, says Derek. Derek, since I was never in position to ever take a kickoff anywhere except down to the ground on the hands team, were you ever on kickoff return, or did you ever take one to the crib? Mr. Stormy, I have a question. When a wrestler has a tryout match, are those matches booked? Yes. Yeah. So you work those matches out. Yeah. You work it out as you would with any other match, Mr. Stormy, whether it's a tryout or not. Obviously, I would say probably the agents, producers, whoever else put that match together, probably walked Myla Moore and Jada Stone through that match and maybe worked through those spots with them. But yeah. Derek, I did take a fumble back one time. I did take a fumble. I was playing DN and ball got tipped into my hands. I just took it and ran it back. I got a interception one time that I thought I was going to run back, but got tripped up. Then got tripped up getting another fumble another time. But yeah, Derek saying on kickoff return took one to the house and practice never in game. I wasn't fast enough. Oh, listen. I know. Yeah, you get on kickoff, it's just different, man. I just remember the collisions in kickoff and like the wedge and all that stuff, and man, it was so crazy and dangerous back in the day. So yeah, it was wild, but yeah, scored as a wide receiver. Yeah, yeah, true, James. Yeah, yeah, he got knocked. Um, man, one time we were beating this team really really bad, and I got in at running back and scored too. So final resolution: Mike Santana going up against Charlie Dempsey. The Hardys against Tyson DuPont and Tyreek. Steve Macklin against Stax for the International Championship. Wow. Hometown man against Brooks Jensen on TNA Impact in a couple weeks. Oh, I remember that. Mike Santana against Robert Stone in 2 weeks. 8-man tag in 2 weeks. Lexus King, Stax, Tyson DuPont, Tyreek. The Hardys, Steve Macklin, and Cedric Alexander. Wow, this is a wow. Wow, big show in a couple weeks. Looks like that's going to be the main event. Well, that's going to be the card for a couple weeks for the go home show for Final Resolution. Knockouts World Championship. Dani Luna or Zaya Brookside is going to take on the winner of this matchup at Gold Rush, the TNA Knockouts World Championship. Leon Slater is going to defend the X Division Championship against AJ Francis at Final Resolution, and Matt Cardona and Mance Warner street fight at Final Resolution. Wow, that is going to be that. Those are some good matches already. So it looks like we're about to get the champ coming down to watch this matchup. Frankie Kazarian, the TNA World Champion. Yeah, Derek, I used to love we used to love watching that segment before games and stuff. Like we would watch it on like tapes and stuff because it was so crazy. Oh, what was his name? Tom Jackson. Final resolution 12/5/25 9 p.m., 9 p.m. Wow, okay. That'll be a little bit later start for us. Much later start for our friends internationally. Ray Walt welcoming in the champ to the commentary table. I don't know, James. I'm sure it's because they're in El Paso, and I think El Paso is Central Standard Time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So that is probably why. Does Kazarian interfere in the match and help EY win, or maybe messes up and costs EY to win? I don't think Frankie wants smoke with either of these guys. Just throwing that out there, but I would much rather face JDC. No disrespect. While JDC does have help, we don't know how much help EY has at this point. And keeps talking about this cleanse, and I'm assuming that this cleanse is going to come with some help. So James saying that's 2 a.m. for us here. Wow. Well, James, I would totally understand if you didn't join us live for that one. It just sucks that you guys don't get it until that late hour. That's not cool. Eric Young down at the ring now, getting into the ring. The world-class maniac, Eric Young, bringing a cleanse, he says, to TNA Wrestling. And is it time to trust the system? JDC is going to have an opportunity to earn a title shot if he wins this match against Eric Young. So will the system have to get involved in any way, shape, or form? Are they going to stay back? I mean, I know that they're faces now. Are they just going to stay at the top of the ramp? Or what are they going to do? SmackDown will still be on anyway. That's true. JDC says that he is going to retire. Yeah, Final Resolution starts at 9. Yep. Yeah, it sucks for our international friends. It's a late start time. Bonker says JDC got this. Let me know who's your pick in this one. Who's your prediction? You got Eric Young winning, or do you have JDC earning a title opportunity at Final Resolution? Please let me know in the chat. Eric Young has took early momentum, but JDC, nice counter there to kind of send Eric Young reeling. Brandon has JDC. Hannafin bringing up when Kazarian turned his back on Eric Young. John Kessler is picking EY for the build. The Glenn storyline, EY has to win. Frank tells JDC he's got to win a match for once. John said Kazarian joining the announce table, what a treat for us. Excuse me. JDC with the huge clothesline and the momentum right now. Is he going to go outside? He is. Right on Eric Young, looking at Kazarian at the commentary table. Kazarian saying that's disgusting as he grinds, as he rolls his hips there. Says you're a married man. Kazarian tells EY to get him a sugar-free drink out of the cooler next to him while he's there getting beat up. Sean saying, I have JDC leading Eric Young thinking the whole company is against him losing his cool even more. I like that theory. Mr. Stormy says JDC might be retiring, but maybe we get Fandango's return. Taz is amazing. Yeah, he's comedic gold, man. He's just gold in general, but when he's in spots like this on commentary and talking trash, I love it. Love it. JDC has control right now, but Eric Young is driving him over into the corner. Knee to the midsection there from Eric Young. Huge shot to the face there from Eric Young to JDC. JDC's feeling that one. JDC head bounces off that turnbuckle there. Boot to the face now. Eric Young is bothered by the fans here. They're giving him the business. JDC trying to get back into it. Arm drag from JDC. Now he's working on that arm of Eric Young. See what he does next. 1-2 count for JDC. Eric Young kicks out at 2. JDC trying to earn an opportunity to take on Kazarian at Final Resolution on December 5th. Shot to the back of the head there from Eric Young. Crowd trying to get behind JDC. JDC right back into a sleeper hold. That was a good flip there by Ray Walt. He said that Frankie's a POS, point of sale. So that's good stuff there. JDC going up to the top rope. And we go to break. This might be our last break of the evening. Now we're getting a throwback of Samoa Joe and Kazarian. James sharing a Mustafa Ali tweet saying Elijah is officially injured. I would like to apologize to all the TNA fans for not doing it sooner. Wow. A long-haired Frankie Kazarian going up against Samoa Joe. So before we come back from break and finish up the main event, I want to ask, what's been your match of the night tonight? Or a segment of the night. It doesn't necessarily have to be a match, but a segment or match of the night for you. Hebner in there. Yeah, that is pretty savage by Mustafa Ali, James. John Kessler saying my pick for match of the night is the four-way knockouts match at the start of the show. Dani, Luna, Indi, Hartwell, Myla, Grace, and Rosemary. That was a good one. That was a good one. Destination X, okay. JDC. Eric Young's trying to get the referee involved, throws JDC off the top rope to the outside. EY now taking a lap around the ring, proud of himself. JDC is laying on the floor trying to stay in this match. Yeah, and the stakes are if JDC wins, he challenges Frankie Kazarian at Final Resolution. I'm like a minute ahead of you. I'm sorry, Brandon. I don't mean to spoil it for you. Frankie giving a little credit to JDC there. Would love to suggest a hot tag episode with Earl Hebner and Charles Robinson, two of the best referees in business. Okay. I like that too. Writing that down, Mr. Stormy. EY went for a moonsault but missed. JDC now trying to take advantage of a little momentum here. Side Russian leg sweep for JDC. Kick to the gut there for JDC. Cover here for JDC. 2 count. 2 count for JDC. EY was going to get a pile driver, but JDC didn't let him do it. Turn it into a cover. Now we got a spinning heel kick. JDC pulling out all the stops in this match. Yes, Brandon, I am watching on TNA Plus. Eric Young in trouble now. JDC has him up on that top turnbuckle. Eric Young is blocking it, though, and trying to fight JDC off. He's biting JDC's head. Hassan has Eric Young. Eric Young up top, drops that elbow on JDC, going for a cover here. 1, 2, and kick out there for JDC. Eric Young looking at the referee like, hey, man, you're going too slow. That's a 3 count. Are you watching on Access? Okay. Eric Young going after the referee. You don't want to do that. JDC almost hit the referee. Gets a low blow there from Eric Young. Will this do it for Eric Young? 1, 2, and no. JDC kicks out. JDC fighting to stay in this one for that title shot. Eric Young is very frustrated right now. See what Eric Young does? A huge shot to the jaw. JDC with one right back. Another one from Eric Young. Another one from Eric Young. JDC is fighting back, though. Reversal here for EY, going for that pile driver. But smartly, JDC goes down, trying to fight it. Gets EY up to reverse. See what he does here. Puts him up on the turnbuckle again. Let's see what happens here. Does JDC get it this time? Eric Young trying to fight back, but so is JDC. Oh, they almost topple over it. Eric Young goes down to the apron. Eric Young taking his time, but now he's getting back to the top rope, and let's see what he does. Hey, Chris, how are you? JDC, back body drop from the top turnbuckle. Leg drop for JDC from the top turnbuckle. 1, 2, 3. JDC will challenge Frankie Kazarian at Final Resolution for the TNA World title. Frankie said, I didn't see that coming. Wow. Final Resolution, JDC will get a shot at the champ, Frankie Kazarian. Wow. That's how we're going to end the show, folks. So let me know in the chat, what is your score for the evening? And if you don't mind, get those in because I am going to head out soon. I am a little tired, a little hungry, so um, but let me know your scores in the chat. Please drop a like on the video if you don't mind, folks. And if you are new to the channel, glad that you joined us this week. Please come back for our next TNA watch along, which will be 2 weeks from tonight, December 4th, day before Final Resolution. We will be back here on Sunday for Between the Ropes. We'll keep you posted about Fireflies forever, and we will not be back next Thursday because that is Thanksgiving, and we will be spending time celebrating Thanksgiving. So, knockout four-way match for Chris Gregg was his favorite match of the night. John Kessler, I scored the show 9 out of 10. Have a great weekend, everyone. See you December 4th. See you, John Kessler. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Brandon saying, my match of the night is the second four-way knockouts match. That was a good one as well. Yeah, keep those scores coming in, folks. We will head out shortly. Give everyone a few more minutes to get your scores in. Then we will head out for the evening. For some of us, it's evening, and some of us, it's morning. So, John G, 9 out of 10. Matthew says 9. Let's see. Get a few more, and then we'll probably head out for the evening. Again, folks, Final Resolution coming up on December 5th. Sean Rousset saying I have to go back and watch the beginning, but from what I saw, I would give it an 8.5. Bonker saying an 8, whatever the time it is. It's bedtime, says James Chat, but that's right, it is. 7 says Mr. Stormy. I think I'm going to go with an 8. I thought it was a good show. Good follow-up to Turning Point. Setting up the stuff with NXT. I didn't expect JDC to win either, Matthew. So, yeah, got some good stuff tonight. So I'm going to give it an 8. I thought it was a really good show. Really enjoyed it, and we'll see what they follow up with in a couple weeks. That match card is already looking pretty strong, though. And so is Final Resolution. It's looking pretty good. So, all right, folks. Well, that's it for us this week. I am going to head out. But I greatly appreciate each and every one of you joining me this week and every week. So I really appreciate all of your support for everything we do on the channel. Please know that. So thank you all so much. I'm going to say it one more time. Please drop a like on the video if you don't mind. DRO with the 8. Yeah, we'll be back Sunday, Brandon, for Between the Ropes. All right, folks. Well, that's it for me. Chris says a 9 out of 10. Thank you all so much for joining us. Again, greatly appreciate you. Enjoy the wrestling the rest of the week and weekend. Be kind to one another. Can't stress that enough. Be kind to one another. And we will hopefully see you on Sunday. But if not, we'll probably have to see you after Thanksgiving. So if we don't see you on Sunday, have a happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you when we come back for TNA Wrestling on December 4th. So Have a great night, everyone. Take care.
TNA, TNA, TNA.